Hello, how y'all doing? I'm going to talk to you today about this. Why do we hate our hair? Now, I'm talking about black women of African descent because that's who we are. Why do we hate our hair? I have wondered about this even as a child. I used to see the grown-ups in my family. They didn't groom their hair, didn't comb their hair. They just slapped a wig on it and just went about their day. I just didn't understand that. But that's all I saw growing up. Now, I have seen it from the oldest to the youngest. Now you take like Chinese. Chinese women are always grooming their hair. They groom their daughter's hair. Excuse me. They groom their daughter's hair. They groom their son's hair. They groom the baby's hair. From the time they're born to the time 90s, 80s, however long they live, they're always grooming their hair. But why do black women, in particular, in America, we don't groom our hair? We just say just wear some braids, wear a wig, and call it a day. We don't love our hair. We hate our hair because it's not straight like whites' hair or Asian hair. Now, sometimes I think that it's sheer laziness. It's just nothing but laziness. Because grooming the hair, you got to take at least anywhere from 15 minutes to an hour to groom your hair. You got to wash it, condition it, and then you got to blow dry it, and then you got to style it, and so on. If you're working with a child now, what some people did when I was young, they would wash their hair the previous day and groom it the next, okay? But I don't even see black women putting that kind of time in, okay? Let me just take an hour to wash and groom my child's hair, or wash and groom my own, which would take, at least an hour? Anywhere from 15 minutes to 2 hours to wash your hair, condition it, and then blow dry it and then style it. I think it's just sheer laziness. Black women don't want to groom their hair. Now, the Africans are kind of like that too. They wear these headdresses basically because I think they don't want to be bothered with their hair. Now, these headdresses, I admit they're practical because they cannot go about their duties with all these insects flying in their hair. So they just wear these headdresses to keep insects out of their hair, or birds or whatever. And that, I understand that. I really do. So the headdresses that the African women wear, which is some of them are very decorative, they do it for practical reasons to keep insects out of the hair, but sometimes it's just laziness. You don't see the African women really grooming their hair, except when they're married. They're going to get married. You see African girls with their hair just cut about 1/8 of an inch or less. Why? Because the mother does not want to groom their hair. They don't want to do all that braiding and decoration and stuff. So just cut it to about 1/4 an inch. See, that's laziness. They say they're too lazy to groom their daughter's hair, so they're just gonna cut it off. And so I think a lot of African women are just lazy, and I think that maybe they just carried that trait down to American black women because we got the same laziness. The only time I've seen African women groom their hair is when they're about to get married. That's the only time I've seen that. So I think it's just I think that most of it is just sheer laziness as to why black women do not want to touch their daughter's hair. They don't want to even touch their own hair. Just put a wig on their hair and move on. Now, I heard this story, this woman in a hotel room with her daughter. She's at rock bottom, right? Because she's living out of a hotel. She actually spent money that she should not have had to get a braider to do her daughter's hair, because she's too lazy to comb her daughter's hair. And this is why she's at rock bottom in a hotel. She's too lazy to comb her daughter's hair. Okay, now look, I'm not condemning anybody for wearing wigs, because I've been wearing wigs since I was 16. My mother used to take us to the wig place. I've been wearing wigs since I was 16. I used to do the braid. I used to put the braids in my own hair as a teenager. So I'm not condemning anybody that wear wigs. I mean, I've been wearing wigs since I was 16. But as I've gotten older, I've learned to embrace my hair. I've had perms in my hair since I was 19 years old, most of which I put in myself, okay? Since I was 19 years old up until last year. Okay, so I've had perms in my hair. Now I learned how to plait hair when I was 10, and from 11 to 12, 99.99% of the time I combed my own hair, which is why it didn't look so nice. Okay, and as I got older, I got better at it. Okay, when I was 13, I'm still combing and I'm learning how to press my own hair. But my hair didn't look nice at 13. Why? Because I did it. But you cannot expect too much from a 13-year-old. Okay, but fortunately, Ebony and Jet had all these articles on how to take care of our hair, how to braid our hair, and so on and so forth. So from 9th grade to 12th grade, no, from 9th grade to my college years, I did my own hair, and I think I did pretty good. If you just look at my pictures from that era, I did pretty good. I combed 99.99% of the time I did my own hair, and most of the time I cut my own hair. A lot of times I cut my own hair. All you got to do is cut the edges, okay? I went to the curly perm. I got a curly perm. That was a stage. But like I said, as I'm aging, I have learned to embrace my hair. I have learned to love my hair. I've learned to love what God gave me. I've seen, this business of wearing wigs is taking a toll on black women. I've seen bald-headed girls from ages 10 to 12. They're bald-headed right here, and they got this little sprig of hair in the back. I've seen older women over 50, black women over 50 with bald heads from all this pulling and yanking and stuff. And once that hair is pulled and yanked, it's not going to grow back ever. It's not going to ever grow back. Now, I admit I use substances on my hair because I like my hair to feel a certain way. I like, I like my hair to look a certain way. So I admit when I wash and dry and blow dry my hair, I use substances on my hair. Okay, I don't have a problem with that. Oils and substances. Because like I said, I like my hair to feel a certain way. I like it to look a certain way. But I think this lack of embracing our hair is a generational curse. And it's just sheer laziness. We don't want to take the time to do our hair, so we just slap a wig on it or put some braids on it. We don't want to take the time to do the same to our daughters, to groom their hair. I've seen toddlers. Now, a toddler does not need any braids. I've seen toddlers with hair way that's longer than they are tall. I mean, with braids down here, just ridiculous. Okay, so we don't want to do our hair. We don't want to do our daughter's hair because it's just sheer laziness. You just don't feel like doing it. So wear these wigs and braids, and you think it enhances your appearance. And I got news for you. Okay? I got news for you. But what's interesting about black women, we don't want to do our daughter's hair. We don't want to groom our own hair. But we sure got time to screw. Okay? We're going to screw different men even if we're married. I've seen a woman from my hometown. She had 10 children. Not one of them looked like her husband. Okay? But so we got time to screw. But we don't have time to do our daughter's hair, comb the daughter's hair, make sure our children are clean, make sure their clothes are ironed, etc. We don't have time to do that. The Bible says for women to keep the house. Didn't say women to go out and screw. But, I know it said black women. We got time to screw, but we don't have time for all this grooming. Now, I hope and pray that you teach your daughters to embrace their hair, to love their hair, and to learn how to groom their hair. Because, we don't look as bad as we think we do. I don't understand why black women want to wear Asian hair. I mean, they probably wash their hair once every 6 months, if even that, maybe once a year. And in Asia, they got super lice. We have lice in America, but in Asia, they have super lice. Why you want to put that nasty stuff on your hair, I don't know. No, what are y'all bald-headed? Why y'all want to put that nasty hair from Asia on y'all scalp, I don't know. I don't understand it. Y'all want to put that lice-infested hair on your own head. I did not understand it. Okay, and I think it just hatred of our hair. You see anchors with hair way down to here. Their hair is not that long, but you see anchors with hair down to here, Asian hair and so on. I hope that we learn to embrace our hair and to love our hair. Have a nice day.